Hello, this is Pearl, and today I'm going to read Little Pilgrim's Progress, Chapter 48, The End of the Pilgrimage. Little Christian clasped his hands together as he felt the cold waters of the dark river rushing round his body. Hopeful kept close to him and tried to hold him up, but the little pilgrim soon lost his footing and cried out, "I am sinking! The water is all going over me!" "No, it is only rough," said Hopeful. "Do not be so frightened. I can feel the ground at the bottom of the river, and it is quite firm. We shall cross safely, and then we shall have no more trouble." "Perhaps you will cross," whispered Christian faintly, "but I am sure I cannot. I shall never see the king, and I did so wish to live with him always." "You will live with him. Look up, Christian, and don't think about the water. We can see everything quite clearly now. The city is full of light, and the shining ones are waiting for us at the gates." "They are waiting for you," said Christian, "not for me." And then his head sank down on Hopeful's shoulders. For a little while he did not seem to hear anything that his companion said, but Hopeful held him tightly in his arms, and prayed very earnestly to the king to help them both in this last trouble. Presently little Christian opened his eyes, and as the light from the celestial city fell upon his face, he cried out suddenly, "Oh, I can see it all now! It shines like the sun, and I heard the voice of the prince. He said, 'I will be with you in the waters.'" "Then I am sure we need not be frightened," said Hopeful. "Take hold of my hand again. The prince will never break his promise." So little Christian's courage came back to him, and he did not faint or tremble any more. Hand in hand, the little pilgrims made their way across the dark river, and after a time its bed seemed to grow firmer, and its waters less rough. Then they saw that the two shining ones who had brought them down to the river were waiting to receive them. In a few moments, the dreadful passage was over. Gentle hands drew them out of the water, and they stood safely upon the shore. The celestial city was built upon a hill, and a broad, straight road led from the river to its gates. This road was steep, as vain Hope had said when he had pointed out the little winding path that Ignorance had taken. But Christian and Hopeful did not find it difficult, for the shining ones held their hands and took care that they did not slip. "We shall soon be in the city now," said Christian, who had forgotten all his fear and sorrow, and could only look up at the bright walls and gates that rose before him. "Yes," replied the shining one with whom he was walking. "You will see the king in his beauty, and he will receive you as his own child." "Will he really let me live in his city always?" "Yes, and you will never be tired or sad any more. You will have work to do for the king, but it will be easy and pleasant, and you will love to do it." "Shall I find my mother?" said Christian, for in the midst of his happiness he remembered her, and longed for the time when he should see her. "She is coming to meet you," said the shining one. "She knows that you are with us, and she is so glad that your pilgrimage is over, and you have crossed the river safely."